Bhagavadgita, Adhyaya 9. This chapter, this Adhyaya is known as Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. In this chapter, Nirguna Brahma Vidya is discussed. Unlike the previous chapter was about Saguna Brahma Vidya. Saguna Brahma Vidya is also known as Upasanam. There is no difference between Saguna Brahma Vidya and Upasanam. Whereas this chapter deals with the Brahmajnana, which is called Nirguna Brahma Vidya. Brahmajnana is described in the second shloka as Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Since Brahma Vidya is described by the word Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, this chapter is known by the same word Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. Let us start. Shloka 1. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyamyanasuyave jnano vijnana sahitam yajñātvā mokṣyase shubhāt. Idam. Idam refers to the jnana, Brahma jnana, which is the main, one of the main topics of Bhagavad Gita. We have seen Brahma jnana starting from chapter 2 up to chapter 7. Brahma jnana was discussed in many portions of Bhagavad Gita up to chapter 7, whereas chapter 8 was a different topic. It dealt with Upasanam. That is why idam tu. The word tu indicates the vishesha, the distinction of this topic from the topic of the previous chapter. This is distinct from the topic of the previous chapter. It is indicated by tu. Guhyatamam, and this jnana, it is guhyatamam. It is the greatest secret. Guhya means secret. Guhyatama means greatest secret. Brahmajnana is the greatest secret. Rahasya. Why it is rahasya? Adhikaribhireva prapyamanatvat. Because it is attained only by adhikaris. Only adhikaris can get access to Brahma Vidya. If they approach Brahma Vidya properly, in the computer or in the internet, if you have to access a secret, you need a password. Only if you have the password, you can access the secret in the electronic device. Likewise, even to access Brahma Vidya, we should have the adhikaritva, and we should approach it properly. Approach a guru, do seva, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Only then Brahma Vidya can be accessed. Only then Brahma Vidya can be received. Otherwise, it cannot be received successfully. Nowadays, it is available in the internet. It is available in the YouTube. Then how it can be Guhyatama? One may ask. Even though it is available in the internet, even though it is available in the YouTube, it remains Guhyatama. Because if you don't approach it properly, it does not become Brahma Vidya. It does not become effective. It will be just a superficial information. Yes, I know what is discussed in Vedanta. Just listening to Brahma Vidya in the internet does not make one Brahmajnan, does not give one moksha. Therefore, it is Guhyatamam. And what is the guhyatama? Jnanam vijnana sahitam. It is a jnana along with the vijnana. Vijnana sahitam jnanam. The process of Brahma Vidya is sometimes described in two stages. The stage one is jnana, and stage two is vijnana. In the stage one, you understand the teaching of Vedanta, you understand the purport of the Shastra, but this understanding remains second hand, in the sense it is not assimilated, it is not internalized. I have understood the teaching of Vedanta. According to Vedanta, I am Brahman. According to Vedanta, Jagat is Mithya. You have understood this much, but it is not internalized. Then it is jnana, just jnana. It is also called paroksha jnana. Jnana in this shloka refers to paroksha jnana. The understanding has not yet become direct. Yeah, Vijaya Jayaraman, you have any problem? Huh? I don't know, something is wrong. Yeah. Anyway. And then through proper sadhana, the jnana becomes vijnana. Vijnana means aparoksha jnana. The knowledge becomes a direct, aparoksha. You know very well, without any doubt, without any wavering, with full confidence, you are able to say, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, Jagat is Mithya. When you are able to say without any wavering, And also the knowledge is not shaky. The knowledge is available at any point of time. Then it is called Vijnanam. Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. Now Bhagavan is going to talk about Jnana and also Vijnana. That means he is also going to tell us how to transform the Jnana into Vijnana. How to make the knowledge a part and parcel of our personality. How to live the teaching of Vedanta moment to moment. Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. And what is the phala? What is the result? What is the benefit? Yajnatva ashubhat mokshase. Having attained which knowledge, you become free from all ashubha, free from everything undesirable. Undesirable is samsara, all problems. Problems at the psychological level and problems at the physical level. Initially, one becomes free from the problems at the psychological level. Even during the life, it is called Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti is freedom from the problem at the psychological level while being alive in this Janma itself. Then, at the end of the life, the Jnani becomes free from embodiment. He is free from the physical body. There is no more physical body, no more identification with the physical body. Therefore, the Jnani becomes free from the problems even at the physical level. Eventually, he is free from birth, old age, death, etc. It is called Videha Mukti. Therefore, Jnana leads to freedom from Ashubha, freedom from all problems. Yajnatva Ashubhat Mokshase. tat jnanam, that jnana, te anasuyave pravakshyami, I will tell you, I will teach you, te to you. And to teach this knowledge, the student should have some qualification. Now Krishna indicates that Arjuna deserves the teaching. Anasuyave, one who does not have asuya. Asuya means guneshu doshavishkaranam, finding fault even in the virtuous one. The habit of fault finding is called asuya. Asuya is very closely related to Shraddha, faith, trust. When there is no Shraddha, there will be Asuya. One may start finding fault. Let us even take Bhagavad-Gita, Gita Shastra. Some people don't have Shraddha in Gita Shastra because they consider Bhagavad Gita is just another book written by some author. They don't have Shraddha. They don't have faith that Bhagavad Gita reveals the ultimate truth. They don't take Bhagavad Gita as pramana. There are such people. What do? They will start finding fault. In some place, they will find a loophole in Bhagavad Gita. Recently, I came across somebody who was raising an objection on a particular shloka of Bhagavad Gita. And based on that shloka, he started attacking Bhagavad Gita. Now I am not getting into the objection and the refutation. We can do it some other point of time. What I mean to say, when there is no Shraddha, people start finding fault, even if there is no actual fault. But when there is Shraddha, you don't try to find fault. Instead, you seek knowledge from Bhagavad Gita. You seek how you can benefit from Bhagavad Gita. This knowledge should not be given to a person who has asuya, who finds fault in Bhagavan, fault in the Shastra, or fault in the Guru. If people are interested in finding fault in the Guru, Shastra, or Bhagavan, they don't deserve this knowledge. But Arjuna does not have asuya, he has shraddha, he has reverence, he has bhakti. Therefore, he is not a fault finder. Anasuyave pravakshyami, I will tell you, I will teach you the same knowledge which has been already taught from shloka 2, from chapter 2 up to chapter 7. The same knowledge is going to be taught in different ways. The vision remaining the same, the knowledge will be taught in different ways. Shloka 2. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam. Rajavidya, Bhagavan is glorifying the knowledge. He is glorifying Brahma Vidya. In the Shastra, in the Vedic literature, there is something called Arthavada. Arthavada means praise. The sadhana which is being prescribed by the Shastra is glorified, so that people will have value for the sadhana. Now, in this context, Jnana is revealed, Brahmajnana is revealed as the sadhana. Therefore, in order to create interest in the minds of the audience, in the minds of the student, Bhagavan glorifies the Brahma Vidya. And this glorification is based on facts. Sometimes, while glorifying someone, we may use exaggeration. while praising someone. But here, Krishna is not using exaggeration. He is just pointing out the greatness of Brahma Vidya. Raja Vidya. Brahma Vidya is Raja Vidya. Vidyanam Raja Raja Vidya. Rajadantadishu Param. Iti Samasaha. Generally, in a Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa, the Shashtyanta will be first. Whereas here, Shashtyanta has become Uttarapada. Shashtyantasya Paranipataha. It is a speciality of this Samasa, and it is given by the Panini Sutra, Rajadantadishu Param. There is a particular set of Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa beginning with the Rajadantaha. Rajadanta. Such words, in such words, Shashtyanta is put later on. Second. So many people will not understand, only for a few people. What I said just now is applicable only for a few people who know Sanskrit. Yeah. Otherwise, others can ignore this description. Rajavidya means the king of all disciplines of knowledge. The king of all disciplines of knowledge. There are many vidyas, many disciplines of knowledge. Even in ancient times, there were many disciplines of knowledge. Even today, there are many more disciplines of knowledge. Among all these disciplines of knowledge, Brahma Vidya is the greatest. Why it is greatest? Because Brahma Vidya leads to the culmination of the Purushartha. Through Brahma Vidya, you attain Parama Purushartha, the ultimate goal of life. And once you attain the ultimate goal of life, once you attain moksha, there is nothing more to seek. Since there is nothing more to seek, all other vidyas become redundant. Once you attain Brahma Vidya, therefore, Brahma Vidya is the greatest Vidya. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam. This is the greatest secret. Already Krishna has said, Guhyatamam. Guhyatamam is Rajaguhyam. Guhyanam Raja Rajaguhyam. It is the greatest secret. The king of the secrets. Idam pavitram, idam uttamam pavitram. One more description. Brahma Vidya is uttamam pavitram. Pavitram means purifier. That which purifies is called pavitram. Like Ganga Jala. Ganga Jala is pavitram. Why? If you take a dip in Ganga Jala, it purifies. Certain papa goes away. It removes papa. Therefore, it is called pavitram. But Ganga Jala can take away the papa only to a certain extent. A little bit of papa may get removed if one takes bath in Ganga Jala. It doesn't take away all the papa. We have so much of papa. Everybody has so much of papa. We have been doing papa for many janmas. How to remove all the papas at one go? There is only one way to remove all the papas at one go. It is jnanam. Because jnana burns down all the karmas. Jnanagnihi sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute. Jnanagni, the fire of knowledge, burns down all the papas, all the karmas. Therefore, in chapter 4, Bhagavan had said, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. There is no pavitra equivalent to jnana. Jnana is the greatest pavitra, greatest purifier, because it destroys all karmas at one stretch. Therefore, idam uttamam pavitram. This is the greatest purifier. Pratyakshaavagamam. Another description of jnana. Pratyakshaavagamam. It is directly known. When the jnana takes place, we directly know it. Someone else doesn't have to tell us, you got jnana. This is the difference between jnana and karma. If we have done a karma, the result of the karma cannot be seen directly. How much of punya we have, how much of papa we have, we don't know. Why we don't know? Because it is not pratyaksha. After the performance of the karma remains as adrishta. It is not visible to us. Since it is not visible to us, we are not sure whether the karma will give the desired result or not. We cannot be sure. The result will be indefinite. Suppose you have done a particular type of karma. Let us say Jyotishtoma. Jyotishtoma is a Vedic sacrifice, and it is performed so that you will go to Swarga after death. You have performed Jyotishtoma, but after performing Jyotishtoma, whether you will go to Swarga or not, you cannot be sure, because the result of the Jyotishtoma is not visible. You have performed the karma, and the karma is staying somewhere in a hidden form, in an invisible form, known as adrishta or punya. It is not visible. You don't know how much of adrishta you have and how intense the adrishta is. You have no way of knowing. Therefore, you cannot be sure about the result. But it is not so with the jnana. Pratyakshaavagamam. When the jnana dawns, you know it directly. Yes, I have jnana. Nobody else has to certify you are a jnani. It is not certified by somebody else. And nobody else can really certify also. Because for nobody else, your jnana is pratyaksha. Your jnana is pratyaksha only for you. You know your knowledge. And when the jnana dawns, you experience the result of the knowledge also. Even the result of the jnana is pratyaksha. Immediately and directly experienced. There is no time lapse. between jnana and jnana phala. Between karma and karma phala, there is a time lapse. You do the karma now, after many years you may get the result. Dharmyam, another description of jnana. Dharmyam, dharmat anapetam dharmyam. The Atmajnana does not transgress dharma. One might think, if you get Atmajnana, you are transgressing dharma. In fact, this question may arise to some people who have studied the Karma Kanda. Those who have studied Karma Kanda often get a doubt. If you go to Advaita, you are transgressing dharma. Why? In Advaita, you are saying, I am Brahman. If you say, I am Brahman, are you not violating the Ishvara? How can you be the God? You are claiming yourself to be the God. All these questions may arise. For some people who are used to the Dharma, they are familiar with the Dharma, but they are not familiar with Vedanta. Therefore, Krishna says, Dharmyam, the Atmajnana is very much in alignment with the Dharma. It is not a transgression of Dharma. Instead, it is the fulfillment of Dharma. Because all Dharma prescribed in the Karma Kanda section is meant for attaining Atmajnana eventually. Therefore, Atmajnana is not a transgression of Dharma. Instead, it is a fulfillment of Dharma. Therefore, Krishna says, Dharmyam. Kartum susukham. It is easy to accomplish. Atmajnana is easy to accomplish. Even this statement should be understood in the right context, because there are other statements in the Shastra itself that says The Atmajnana is difficult. Shurasya dhara nishita duratyaya durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. Kathopanishad. The path of attaining Atmajnana is very difficult, like walking on the edge of a razor. Whereas here Krishna says, Kartum susukham, it is easy to accomplish. Seems to be contradictory. Therefore, we should understand the purport of both the statements. When Kathopanishad says it is difficult, the idea is one should make special effort. It requires effort in the proper direction. Whereas here, when Krishna says Susukham Kartum, it is easy to accomplish. Krishna is meaning that it is not impossible. One should not lose hopes. It is not impractical. If one process, if one goes through the right process, it is easy also. Susukham. It is like any exam, IAS exam or CA exam. Is it easy to pass or is it difficult to pass? For some people, it will be easy. Somebody will say it was easy. After coming out of the exam hall, some people say, oh, it was quite easy. Why they feel so? Because they have studied well, they have prepared well. If someone has prepared well, the exam is easy. If someone has not prepared well, the same exam can be a nightmare. Therefore, Kartum Susukham, by saying this, Krishna is encouraging the sadhaka, encouraging the mumukshu to seek the jnana. Avyayam, another description, avyayam. The jnana is avyayam. Avyaya phalavatvat avyayam. The result of the jnana is avyaya, not subject to change, eternal. Unlike the result of karma, the karma leads to temporary results. Even if you go to Swarga, it is temporary. whereas jnana leads to permanent result. Moksha is permanent, moksha is eternal. Sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyathanti cha. Even during the next cycle of Srishti, they are not reborn if they get moksha. Pralayena vyathanti, the mukta, those who have attained moksha, their moksha does not lapse even during pralaya. Means after getting moksha, there is no limitation of time. In even Srishti and Pralaya do not affect the Mukta. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.